All right, folks, we're going to do a few more easy parts replacements that might fail and are fairly easy to replace. We'll start with the front of the machine. If you lose or your adjuster valve breaks, it just slides off the pin in the front. That's a piece of cake. The adjuster valve itself never goes bad. That's made of brass, so we generally never have to replace that, but it's bolted to the back. It goes in through the front. There's a nut there. It's held on, again, 2 steam hoses, clamps. That's easy, but we never replace that. Here's your on-off switch. The on-off switch mounts from the front into the back of the machine. So if you need to replace it, there's 4 plastic tabs, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. And generally, if you just depress these tabs with a screwdriver and you get the top out, then you can kind of get the screwdriver or a smaller screwdriver in from the bottom. You got to get the on-off switch out from the front. Then I generally replace the wires and just make sure that your wires go back in the same spot, and then the on-off switch snaps into the front. The other 2 things that are in the front of the machine is your pressure gauge. So sometimes your pressure gauge, there's springs inside the pressure gauge. If a spring breaks, you won't get a reading, or you'll get an inaccurate reading on your gauge. And simply, the pressure gauge just screws into the back of the Y fitting. So there's a bracket that holds it onto the back, and now we silicone it in so the bracket doesn't fall out. You would just wrench the old pressure gauge out of this fitting, and the pressure gauge comes out of the front. A little bit of Teflon tape or sealer on the threads, and the pressure gauge screws in, and then you rotate it around with your wrench. You get it to line up in the front, and that's that. The other key thing is this is our pressure switch. So this is our pressure switch that controls the heater. So the pressure switch turns the heater on and off. Generally, you should not be messing around with this. There's an adjustment in the back of this, which again, we don't want you touching. We've already told you not to adjust this, especially up, because that's going to give you more pressure. And these do max out at a certain pressure, but we don't want you adjusting this. But these can fail. They can get debris in here because the steam tube leads into this Y fitting, which gives you pressure on the gauge. And it also tells the pressure switch what to do. When the pressure switch sees that the pressure is high enough, there's an electronic signal that goes back to the computer board to tell the heater to shut off. So sometimes these can get debris in them and they can act up. A trick to this is when the machine cools back off, sometimes you get a little bit of calcium or debris in these pressure switches, and it'll cause the machine to overheat, and then it'll go back to normal because it'll pass through. Sometimes just banging on this silver sleeve on the back of your pressure switch can knock out or diminish any calcium or sediment that's in there and get it to pass through, and then you'll be okay. Generally, if the machine overheats and you have steam blowing out the bottom and your pressure gauge maxes out, we generally have a pressure switch problem. Either the bladder or the spring inside the pressure switch is no good, or we have a piece of debris in there. And same thing, this pressure switch gets replaced by disconnecting the 2 wires and then unscrewing the old one out of the Y fitting, and then the new one gets screwed in with a little bit of Teflon tape or pipe sealer and just getting it lined up in the correct way. So we've done a bunch of videos covering parts replacements on the steamer. We've worked on the 100 machine. The 125, the 155 is going to be very, very similar. The components are going to be very in the same family. They might look a little bit different, have some different numerical markings on them based on pressure rating and such, but they're going to operate the same. So we've made the 100 and the 125 operate almost identically. The 155 is very, very close. The 75 is a little bit different because there's no computer board and there's no water pump in the 75 machine, but that machine's even simpler. So hopefully you won't have to replace too many parts, but if you do have to replace parts, come to our parts replacement videos and hopefully it helps you out. If you have any other questions, I'm generally available to help and can walk you through it the rest of the way, but I think seeing it gets you in the right direction and it makes your parts replacement a lot easier.